I could dedicate this presentation to show how back in 1998, I hacked the email account of Hugo Chavez, the late and former president of Venezuela, and intercepted his correspondence for exactly 6 years. I had enough data to make a 4,500 square feet immersive installation. However, I wasn't interested in public recognition. What I was really interested in is in finding historical patterns. I also could tell you how I obtained the credit card of Damien Hirst and subscribed him to Art Forum. Or how hacking and changing the website of the Museum of Contemporary Art of Caracas initiated a new era in Venezuela's art and forced many institutions to endorse and exhibit net art. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to tell you another story, a story that starts in 1977, the year I was born. The same year, a machine known as Atari Video Computer System was introduced to the market. Atari revolutionized our notion of video games, but it also redefined the relationship between humans and machines. And this is very important, because this is a relationship that has been present for centuries, since the creation of the first automata. This is the 17th century, by the way. I became an Atari fan at a very young time in my life. In 1985, at the age of 8, I transformed my first Atari into a computer and learned how to program it. So I started making real-time videos that used language, computer language, as the foundation of the digital experience. One example is Bean Atari, an existential binary generator, a Net Atari, an 8-bit geometric drama. By means of playing, the machine became a programmable friend creature, a living art form. For the next years, I kept exploring the interconnections between technology and semantics, delving into the boundless fluxes among natural and programming language. In 1997, I started exhibiting the Poetic Clock, an electronic clock that transforms time into poetry, depicting each second, minute, and hour as a poem. This machine, which then became software, as you can see here, generates 86,400 different poems every single day. Then I found myself applying this combinatorial algorithm in many different ways. In 2005, I made a multiplayer game installation employing 3 Atari game consoles and self-manufactured cartridges. I called this piece Super Atari Poetry. By using joysticks, players were able to combine sentences and create hundreds of poems. And those poems came out of verses that I previously wrote. Bringing a coherent poem to the screen was as arduous as coding the verses on machine language. The work encouraged social interaction while subverting the cliché of violent video games. My most recent software-based works take advantage of APIs, RSS feeds, and real-time data, translating dynamic web content into poetic artifacts. One example of this new body of works is called Too Good to Be News. It's an online poetry generator that grabs, parses, and creates endless random poems based on actual news feeds. It automatically gathers and combines current headlines with verses, turning the reading process into an amiable experience rather than a pragmatic and mundane perusal. I arrived to the conclusion that poetry is not just a writing form, but a disruptive agency, a medium that carries awareness. Poetry is the bridge to the ultimate hack. Thank you.